going on, family? What's going on, family? Tap in with your brother. Especially my men. Tap in. We about to go over something heavy. As y'all see what we got, we talking about the prostate. Y'all share this with men. Share this with your brothers. We about to talk about something heavy. As you can see, what's on the board, we talking about the prostate. So y'all share this. We about to talk about it. I'm just sharing this with men. I'm only sharing this with men. We got to understand, because this is one of the most crucial things in our community, especially black men. This is one of the main causes of death with men, but specifically the black men. So y'all share this. We're going to talk about it. Let's talk about it. I'll get a few more minutes because I ain't got too much time, but this was on my spirit to talk about with you all, so let's talk about it. Peace, God. Love, balance, and light to you, family. Shalom. Y'all share this. I know some people at work, but, I got to be obedient to the spirit. Let's talk about it. All right. Let's talk about it. Hold on real quick, family. All right, so let's get it. I wanted to come on here to talk about prostate. One of the two main leading causes in men, specifically black men, is colon cancer and prostate cancer. And I believe one of the reasons that you see such a high rate of black men dying, especially at an early age, dealing with the prostate, is because a lot of men, and I've had times like this too, a lot of men have a pride issue. A lot of men are not getting checked. A lot of men are not getting examined, because we take on this thing like I'm carrying the world on my shoulders mentality, not realizing that you're becoming more useless to your community because you're not taking your health serious. One of the two main reasons that the black man dies, especially at an early age, is due to prostate cancer and colon cancer. One of the two main reasons is due to stress and a bad health. So we're going to talk about it, because really your bad eating habits is based upon the stress level of our people. And so we're going to talk about it because I need my brothers to really take their health serious. Our sisters need you. Our children need you. Our brothers, we need you. Our elders need you. And we got to start taking accountability for our life and stop blaming everybody why we are the way we are. It is what it is. History has happened. So what are we going to do about it now? So let's talk about the prostate. What is the prostate? The prostate is connected actually with the reproductive system. of the male organs. It actually sits between the urethra and it sits between the bladder. This actually helps the urination flow. Understand? A lot of people don't understand that the prostate is actually a gland. It's a gland in the body. Most people literally only speak on 7 glands at the most, but there's many different glands in the body, and the prostate being both of them. So that tells us something. If the prostate is a gland in the body, we know for a fact then that the prostate is dealing with hormones. So if it's dealing with hormones and we're having an enlarged prostate, right, that means we're having an hormonal imbalance. And this is one of the main reasons why you see black men dying at such a high rate at an early age, is due to an enlarged prostate, which in turn starts to turn into a tumor-like form within the prostate, which swells up due to inflammation and agglomerated cells, dead cells coming together, which starts to alter the DNA, right? And this is why you actually start to see such a high rate of men producing more estrogen or becoming more emotional and not thinking logically, because a lot of his glands is out of whack. His hormones is out of balance, right? So with this prostate being inflamed, it actually affects many different things. One of those things being you being able to urine properly. So if you find yourself actually urinating, but you have to force your urination, I guarantee you most likely you're dealing with a prostate issue. If you're urinating and you're urinating in spurts and not urinating consistently, you're dealing with a prostate issue. If you're urinating out of control and can't control it, you are dealing with a prostate issue. And what's the main reasons why the prostate swells up? One is stress. Because stress is a major factor. No matter if we're talking about the prostate gland, the thyroid gland, the pituitary gland, the pineal gland, the parathyroid gland, the adrenal gland. Anytime you having glandular issues, the number one cause of glandular issues is stress. So anytime you are releasing hormones due to stress, you're releasing a lot of cortisol. And the thing about cortisol is if you start to produce too much cortisol, it will start to affect and cause inflammatory symptoms within the body. Specifically, we're talking about the prostate. So another thing that happens when you have a swollen prostate is your sex drive even goes down. Men's penis not being able to get hard, or he's not able to last a long time. A lot of the time, it is dealing with a prostate. If men having issues with growing their penis, it is dealing with an enlarged or a defect in your prostate gland. And believe it or not, as the generations keep going, you actually find the men becoming more weaker, becoming more emotional. We're becoming more shorter, both in height and in lower height too. We're becoming more shorter. You see what I'm saying? We also are lacking in taking care of our responsibilities that naturally come to us as men. And a lot of this is dealing with degenerative cells, right? We're not able to regenerate the DNA that we used to, due to, again, a lot of the trauma we went to, a lot of the stress that has been passed down to our ancestors, the sins, the curses, whatever you want to call it. A lot of this is due to degenerative cells being passed to the generations. So for a fact, yes, you can pass on sickness in birth. Yes, you can pass on weak cells in birth. Yes, you can pass on diseases in birth. We've seen that time and time again. We're able to see children at 6 months having herpes. We're able to see children at 3 months having nervous system issues. And a lot of this is dealing with the parents passing on degenerative cells or even the diet to their children. You see that? So when we're talking about these things, one of the two leading on a nutritional level, or lack of nutrition, one of the two main causes of prostate cancer or an enlarged prostate is flesh, and you're talking about dairy. Dairy is, y'all people don't understand, dairy is very, 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 very cancerous to the cells. You have to understand you're dealing with cow milk, you're dealing with pus. Pus is almost in a sense a form like mucus. So now imagine that you're adding already the extra mucus that you're secreting due to it having to be released because you're inflamed. And now you're eating pus. You're eating cheese or dairy, which is now causing even more pus or blockages in the body. So now you're lacking circulation. You're lacking circulation. So now when you're trying to get an erection, because you are blocking the circulation even through the penis by way of the prostate and the urethra, you now can't even get your penis up. You see that? See, this is not about being a minute man. It's bigger than being a minute man or you short stroking. This is about literally due to your environment and due to what you're eating, you're not even able to be fruitful or multiply. You see that? And so this is why men have to start taking their life serious. You are very, very important when it comes to our community, when it comes to protection, when it comes to providing, when it comes to duplicating yourself on the earth. You producing is very much a part of the detriment or the future of our people. And so we're walking around, and this is why you see, this is one of the parts why you see a lot of women turning homosexual, because nowadays a lot of men are no different than her best friend that's a female. Now he's producing a lot of estrogen, right? Now he's getting emotional reactions. He's not thinking clearly. He's not able to make sober judgment, and he's moving with his emotions. Every time she gets upset, she's screaming louder than him. She's pitching her voice. He's pitching his voice higher than her because he has a hormonal imbalance, family. He's having a hormonal imbalance, and this is due to his environment, whether that be his home, dealing with his woman, or it's dealing with the food that he's eating. Either way, anytime you add stress to the body, you're going to have a hormonal imbalance. Facts. You're going to have a hormonal imbalance. And so some of the things that will help counter this issue that we have going on in our community is eating a lot more fruits. That's going to help base or balance out the hormones in the body, because hormones is nothing but energy. Hormones is dealing with nothing but energy and the vitality of the cells. So you're going to have to start adding more foods with cellular nutritional value that's going to help ease or cool down or unswell that prostate. What I've seen is the prostate reacts very, very well to berries. And the reason is berries is very electrical and they're antioxidant. So they bring oxygen to the cells. They bring circulation to the cells. They bring a lot of electricity and vibration or vibrancy to the cells. So they're able to live and be electrified and actually recharge the charges within the cellular DNA structure and RNA structure. So a good thing to help unswell your prostate is berries. Berries. Go on a berry cleanse. You'll find that because also know berries also help you urinate and help you actually filtrate through the kidneys so that you can properly eliminate. You see that? So we have to start implementing a lot of better eating habits so we won't see this. If you know about Chadwick Boseman, the one who played Black Panther, 42, he played Jackie Robinson, he played the lawyer, the famous guy. He died from prostate cancer, right? And most people think because he was skinny that he is healthy, and we got to stop judging that. Just because somebody's skinny doesn't mean they're always healthy. I've seen it too many times at this point. Too many times. So, and the reason he died was due to prostate cancer. You see, and we don't know the various reasons what led up to that, but we do know he had an enlarged prostate, which start to form into tumors due to agglomerated cells coming together and inflaming the prostate, right? Which indeed started to affect the penis. You see what I'm saying? So we want to see more production from our brothers on a spiritual, on a psychological, and a physical level. We have to get our hormonal balance correct. I have something on my website that's called Men's Testosterone Balance. The Men's Testosterone Balance is directly targeting the man's hormones, which is directly also targeting the man's prostate. I created this product because specifically our brothers is dying on a rapid level from prostate cancer. So if you want to actually rid the body of prostate cancer and be able to shrink the tumors and to be able to cool down the prostate so it would not be enlarged, you have to eat alkaline cooling substance that's going to help it keep balanced. So brothers, we got to start taking more of a priority on our health and stop living this life of YOLO and I'm going to die eventually. When you have a responsibility, the minute you came into this earth, you took on a responsibility to protect and provide for your community and your family. And you're not going to be able to be of any use in the bedroom or in the field or spiritually or psychologically if you're sitting there on your deathbed due to you choosing the wrong choice on how to deal with your stress, on how to eat properly, on how to take care of yourself. And you expect your woman to take care of you, but how's she going to take care of you if you don't even want to take care of yourself? You see that? We got to stop putting the responsibility so much on our women to take care of us in that aspect, when at the end of the day, she ain't putting our hand to our mouth. We are. You see what I'm saying? She's not the one stuffing our face. Now, keep in mind, now don't get me confused. The woman does play a major role also in what you eat, because a lot of the time, depending on how your household is ran, a lot of the time, she is the one in charge of what the family eats. She is the one in charge of cooking the meals. She is the one in charge preparing the meals. So yeah, she does play a major part. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, you make the choice of what to put in your mouth. You make the choice of if you want to take in life or if you want to take in death. You make the choice if you're going to be able to produce more children. You make the choice if you're going to act like the female and your female act like the male. You make that choice based upon what you are eating and how you choose to live your life. There's no reason that Chadwick should have died at 40 years old due to prostate cancer. He was a young man. And really, that's the age that's really the age that men actually become their level of maturity. So he reached his level of maturity, or as what really could be considered a man, at the age of 40, and he died. Not even able to have his own children. You see what I'm saying? Left his wife with having to figure out the finances and what to do with so much that he had going on, because he did not have his affairs in order in so many different ways. He was a very, very powerful brother, very influential brother. But what I do see consistently in the black man in our community is we are leaving our families distraught. We are leaving our families out of order. We are leaving our families with no proper instruction due to us not properly taking care of our business. You see what I'm saying? So we have to do better. And when it comes to taking care of ourselves, because the family only go so far properly by way how we take care and handle ourselves, y'all. Simple. Straight up like that. So I wanted to come on here because we gotta start doing better with that. Some things that will help with the prostate. Some things that will help the prostate. Juniper berries, hawthorn berries. You see what I'm saying? You want to start cooling that prostate down. Elderflower. You see what I'm saying? Poke root will help with that as well. Horny goat weed will help with that. Maca root will help with that. Damiana will help balance the hormones as well. Like I said, you go to my website, you can get my Men's Testosterone Balance, and it directly helps with your prostate. It helps the penis flow. It helps clean out any bad bacteria within the penis hole. It actually helps the blood flow of the penis. It helps make sure we balance the prostate gland so that it's producing enough hormonal energy so that you can be great in the bed, so that you can be great in the house, so that you can be great in your community. But you have to do it by creating better eating habits. Herbs only gonna do so much. And I use this example all the time. If I have a bathroom and I need my toilet to be clean, but my whole bathroom is dirty, you see what I'm saying? What am I gonna do if I gotta hire a plumber to come clean out this toilet, but my bathroom is dirty? What do I gotta do? I gotta clean the bathroom first before I have the plumber come in. So a lot of us be expecting this miracle work with herbs. We be expecting this miracle work with herbs, but the herbs only gonna do so much if you're not giving them the environment to do their job. This is why I say when you get on my program and my protocol that you need to at least be on a cleanse or all fruit cleanse or a raw vegetable and fruit cleanse for at least 2 weeks before taking my herbs. So when you take my herbs, the herbs ain't got to overwork and try to work in other different ways because you are not creating the environment for them to work. So when you go on this cleanse for 2 weeks and you do it properly, the herbs can come in and work properly. But you got to follow protocol. So men, you got to do better at taking care of yourself. The 2 leading main causes of the black man dying is colon cancer, which is a whole nother topic. And really they work hand in hand because it's still dealing with inflammation and it's still dealing with blockages. Still dealing with inflammation and it's still dealing with blockages. And 2 main causes of a swollen colon or a swollen prostate is the flesh, is meat and dairy. Because the body cannot naturally, yes, you can have your pleasures of eating it, right? You can have your pleasures of eating it, but the reality is this. You literally are only eating for pleasure. You're not eating for nutritional value. You're not eating for energetic value. You're not eating for protein. You're not eating for none of that. That is nothing but a myth and a lie. You're not eating for calories. Because there's the thing. When you look up the word calories, calories is dealing with energy. Energy is dealing with the life of a thing. So that means something has to be alive to even produce energy. When you cook meat, you're dealing with dead flesh. Therefore, it no longer produces energy, especially if you're cooking it. Because once you cook anything, you are literally burning out the constituents of the food. Therefore, when it comes down to it, whether that be fruits, veggies, beans, rice, meat, dairy, whatever it is, when you cook a thing, you no longer have no nutritional value, or you have little to none nutritional value in it. This is a fact that can be proven time and time again. So if that is the case, you'll realize that, one, I don't think Negroes about to eat they ain't about to eat no raw meat. We ain't even built like that. You got to be on straight savage mode and not care about life no more to eat no raw meat. So if that's the case, that everything in life in its highest form and value starts on a raw diet, whether that be meat, whether that be beans, whether that be fruit, whether that be veggie, it is at its highest volume of electricity and nutritional and mineral value. That means that anytime that I cook it, and I know this, I'm no longer eating for protein. I'm no longer eating for energy. I'm no longer eating for and that's another problem too. A lot of us confuse getting stimulated with actually yielding energy. No, sir. No, sir. We get it very, just like coffee. A lot of people use coffee as a way to produce or yield energy. But the reality is this. You're not yielding energy. You're actually overstimulating yourself. And this is why once you get off the coffee or once you get off the energy drinks, you do what? You crash. Because now you come back to normal level, your earthly level, and realize that you've been overstimulated rather than actually yielding true energy. Because true energy does not die. It actually elevates and it brings balance. It doesn't cause you to crash. It doesn't cause you to crash. So now that we understand that, we have to start eating smarter and not harder. You sitting here starving yourself, or you sitting here trying to stack on all these proteins, clogging up your colon, shutting down your kidneys, shutting down your lymphatic system, deactivating your thyroid because you're trying to reach this mythological number of calories and protein. when it don't exist, because calories and protein are nothing but simple amino acids that's producing energy. That is the building blocks of life. Stop confusing inflammation and stimulation for energy, y'all. It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. So brothers, we have to start loving ourselves enough to make wise decisions. And we have to start producing more discipline in ourselves so we stop dying at such an early age, y'all. There should be no reason that we're dying from between the ages of 45 to 55. That makes no logical sense. And we sit here, we want to blame God. We want to blame Satan. We want to blame the world. But we're not realizing that we choose what we eat. We choose what we drink. We choose who we sleep with. We choose the people we be around. You can't blame the world for that. You can't blame God for that. You can't blame Satan for that. Y'all be giving too much energy and power to Satan when you are the biggest enemy to yourself and to God. You are the biggest enemy to Satan and God, to yourself and God, not Satan. You the biggest enemy. So let's stop playing the blame game. Let's stop blaming curses. Let's stop blaming bondage for the reason that we sick. For the reason that we keep killing each other. For the reason that we can't have good relationships. For the reason that we broke. For the reason that we can't own nothing. You have to take ownership for you. Stop blaming the white man. We got enough opportunity out here now to actually make a change in this life if we want to. We have enough now. We have enough. I'm not saying we totally free, but we got enough room to actually do something about it. The problem is we like to look the part and not be the part, and we want to show the whole world of what we're doing. We want to tell everybody, oh, we got 100 acres of land. Oh, I just bought this. I just bought that. You're not even realizing you're telling on yourself because the social media is nothing but a platform to collect information. This is why when you see there's something new going on and this whole big old wave come, you don't think that's by coincidence. You don't think that's by chance that all of a sudden all black people are doing it. This is called programming. This is called collecting information by projecting something to a people to see how they're going to react. We do it all the time. Any new dance coming out, you got all the young bucks, all the young women. You got even these grown ass people nowadays want to do all the dances. Negro want to come out with new drinks, new alcohol. Everybody got to have it because it's cool now. Michael Jordan come out with new J's. Negroes will really stab you and kill you just to be cool on the internet. You see what I'm saying? We doing all the wrong shit just to look good, just to look like we got something. We ain't got nothing. Our health is terrible. Our homes is terrible. Our community is terrible. Everything about us is terrible because we are making a choice to choose death over life. We are making a choice to choose stress over peace. We are making a choice to choose dis-ease over easiness and balance. We making them choices, y'all, nobody else. So brothers, I'm going to need y'all to step it up and actually love yourself enough to take care of the temple that God gave you. And if you know anything about the ancient world, when it dealt with a temple, you always kept your temple clean because you wanted the Most High to be able to dwell in the temple. Because remember, the Most High cannot dwell in anything unclean. He cannot dwell in anything that is literally out of balance. It has to bring balance. It has to yield real fruits worthy of repentance. It has to yield real fruits worthy to be eaten off of. So remember, you are the temple. The physical temple was nothing but a representation of you. It was a representation of you. So if we were commanded to keep the temple clean, don't you think we should take the same approach with our own bodies? Keep it clean. Keep it clean. I'm not saying don't have fun, but you having fun, and matter of fact, too much damn fun is causing you to be useless to your community. It's causing you to die at a young age and leaving your children in debt because you want to spend so much money on liquor, on clothes, on these brands that hate you rather than investing in true inheritance for your children. For all my Christians and my Seventh-day Adventists, my Jehovah's Witnesses, my Hebrews, anybody who believe in the Bible, what does it say? A good man leave an inheritance for his family. An inheritance is not just land. An inheritance is not just a car. An inheritance is not just house, but to be able to leave a blueprint on how to continue the legacy. But if you die at an early age, not even be able to fulfill your life, you're not going to be able to leave nothing to them except debt, except mourning, except sadness, and except incompletion. So brothers, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. And when you choose a woman, you better do it strategically. You better do it economically. You better do it from a place where you're looking to the future and say, when I get with this woman, will she be able to help build my inward temple and my outward temple the way that the Most High would have me go? You see what I'm saying? You got to be able to measure that. A lot of y'all are choosing women based upon her looks, but she can't cook a damn thing, let alone know how to season something, let alone what nutritional value is, let alone taking care of her own self. Same with you women. You better start looking at it, man. How is he taking care of himself? Because how he take care of himself is how he going to take care of you and how he going to take care of his children. We got to start making better choices, y'all, for ourselves and for our community. Because believe it or not, and we got to start getting in the mindset, how you move in your life does affect your community. Because you can't even say you're part of the community without saying common unity, meaning we have something in common. And one thing the black community got in common is death, sickness, disease, sorrows, and stress. That's what we do got in common. And we got to stop making that our normal lives. We got to stop accepting that. We accept that way too much. And then when it comes time to deal with it and talk about it, we want to blame everybody. Oh, it's the white man. It's the Asian man. It's the Arab man. It's the environment. It's the projects. It's the education. When you have a choice to make a difference, you have a choice to reprogram yourself and educate yourself. You have a choice to create institutions that would be based upon your geographical literature and historical evidence and information. You have a choice to break the psychological chains on what a marriage looks like, not based upon your parents, but really reprogramming, recultivating the image of what true marriage looked like. You have the power to do that. You have the power to allow brothers and sisters to keep killing your brothers and sisters rather than stepping up and saying, I'm going to stand up for justice when the actual police don't. You have that choice. Brothers, I'm speaking to you. You have that choice to make a difference. But you got to be willing to make it. When you're taking care of yourself, believe it or not, you're not just doing it for yourself. You're doing it for your woman. You're doing it for your children. You're doing it for your community. You're doing that even for the Most High. Because if you're emotionally distraught, if you can't even think soberly and make wise decisions, how is he going to expect you to make a wise decision when dealing with his people? They tell you that logically in the Bible. If a man can't even rule his own house, how can he even rule the house of Elohim? How can he even rule the house of God? But here's the thing. Your first house is your body. Your first garden is your mind. So if you can't even cultivate your mind correctly or keep your house, your temple clean, how you expect to even teach your woman how to keep a house clean or how to keep the temple the correct way? It don't work like that, man. And then you find yourself playing the wife and she got to play the husband because you didn't take the time to cultivate yourself the correct way. And yeah, that does have a lot to do with the environment. That does have a lot to do with the upbringing. I'm not trying to totally cancel that out. That does have a lot to do with how you was taught how to eat. But at this day and time where we're in the age of information, you have a choice to make a difference. You have a major choice to make a difference. So brothers, it's on you. It's on you. But prostate and colon cancer is the #1 killers when it comes to the black man. And we got to do better with taking care of that. We got to do better, y'all. So like I said, if you're a man and you really want to take care of yourself, making sure your prostate is clean and clear, go to my website. I'm going to put it down here. Go to my website. Get my man's estrogen, not my man's estrogen, my man's testosterone balance. get my man's testosterone balance, and it helped you a lot. We got the testimony. I'm talking about, I'm not trying to be funny, but brothers who had an issue getting it up, brothers who had an issue with ejaculation, brothers who had an issue getting the wives pregnant. Once they got on the cleanse and took the product, I promise you not, they start having babies. And all praise to the Most High. I'm not saying I caused them to have babies, but with them following the program and taking Yahweh's natural herbs, and even for my sisters, you know what I'm saying? For my sisters, a lot of y'all dealing with breast cancer, fibroids, thyroid issues, a lot of hormonal imbalance, especially when you're in your period. If you sitting here having a heavy period, that's not normal. That's not normal. That's showing you that you are having a lot of hormonal imbalances. So I have something for my sisters too. My woman's estrogen balance. See that? We made sure we took care of my sisters too. So we got to make sure that we are doing what's right to ourselves so that we can do right by our community. You say you had a period for a month nonstop. Was it my question to you, was it heavy? And was it longer than 7 days? Was it heavy? And was it longer than 7 days? You good? You want to know? Wow. So that'd be my question. So it was heavy. So you're dealing with a hormonal imbalance. You're dealing with a hormonal imbalance. So we have to balance out your estrogen levels. Right? Because remember, your glands is dealing with hormones. Your hormones is nothing but energy. All right? So you need to go, I would say you need to go on the cleanse. Especially if you're talking about your period was heavy for 40 days. Yeah, you having heavy hormonal imbalance. Heavy hormonal imbalance. So I would say I would highly suggest you go on a all fruit cleanse. As I would suggest to the brothers going on berries, I would suggest to you go on an all berry cleanse. Strawberries, blueberries, blackberries, cherries, juniper berries, hawthorn berries, chase berries. What else am I missing? Goji berries. Berries. Because we want to bring balance and electricity to the cells. Because that's what's really you producing, or what is flowing through the glands is your cells. So that's what I would suggest. But with that being said, family, I hope y'all got some understanding and overstanding. Brothers, do better. You know what I'm saying? Take care of yourself. There's no reason we should be dying between the ages of 45 to 55 and leaving our women with our children to raise for the rest of their lives. All right? Love y'all. Shalom, shalom.